Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's AKingsCreation again, bringing you guys another video. In this video, we will be breaking down console settings for anybody who is on console or playing with a controller. These settings will also help you out. So we heard that PC players are lagging or the game is crashing or just not working for them. Well, luckily for us, this is working smoothly on console. And I have these settings where it does not allow me to crash at all or lag. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so these are the settings I like to run. We're going to go ahead and start from the very beginning. And this is just the game settings from like the menu all the way down to like subtitles you don't really need to worry about. I highly recommend turning off your repeat tutorials because you don't really need to see that over and over again. It only repeats the important ones, so keep that in mind. But if you want to have the tutorials keep popping up on your screen, you're welcome to put that on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. So everything on the first screen is not really important, so you can really have that the way you want to. Okay, now the controls, it will allow you to select keyboard stuff, because just in case you want to hook up your keyboard to your PlayStation or use a keyboard to type or whatever, it will have like a keyboard layout for you to customize as well. I always use the QWERTY because that's just the standard or default way of using the keyboard, and most games operate off of the QWERTY layout. The scroll and mouse, you can also use a mouse, but we're only here talking about controllers and console. Now, let's go ahead and move forward. HDR output. Now, I highly recommend turning this off if you do not want to crash or lag at all. This is one of the biggest keys and amount of performance that could actually mess up your game, because HDR output requires a bit of power to make sure the game looks real good and crisp and realistic, and honestly, you really don't need it. You can actually see the quality of my gameplay moving forward. Throughout this week, I will be dropping videos of some gameplay and other guys as well. Now, I turn my frame rate limit off. Okay, I don't want to cap myself at any specific frame rate. I want it to just fluctuate. Let the game decide what the FPS will be, so I can have the best quality at all times and also not lag for the game trying to force its way up to 30 FPS when the cutscene doesn't allow you to get there, which it should, because 30 FPS is literally the basic. But you want to remove the frame rate, allowing the frame rate to change based on the rendering load. Motion blur, I highly recommend turning this off. Any game that has motion sickness or motion blur, you want to go ahead and turn that off, because that messes with your eyes and it just drags like pixels across the screen. You don't want that, trust me. The volume and all that doesn't matter. Honestly, I turn off the music because I'm a creator. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I turn that off. But other than that, that is completely irrelevant to you. This is accessibility moving forward, and then your language is actually personal, depending on what you want to do. But we basically covered the main part here, which is the HDR output. But also keep in mind, it's not just the game. We have to go to our screen and video settings, our video output. Make sure the resolution is on automatic and VRR is off. This also will create a lot of pressure on your console. And if you want your games to run smoothly, then make sure you can have 120 hertz on. If it's completely smooth. If it's still lagging for you, or if you're saying in the comments that it's lagging or these settings are not all the way up to par yet, turn this off and you're basically going to lower your frame rates or your fresh rates, but you'll still be able to play the game smoothly. You won't be able to lag as much or at all if this is turned off, because that basically you're reducing as much pressure on your console as possible. So that's pretty much it for all the settings that are really important. And like I said, also turn off your HDR on your console as well. But if you turn it off in the game, it shouldn't matter anyway. But I usually turn it off on the console just when I'm hopping games that are like getting more and more powerful for performance because of Unreal Engine 5. You want to kind of like minimize your pressure on your console, right? That is about it for the settings for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you out, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know if your game has been running smoothly and your progress in Monster Hunter Wilds as well in the comments below. and hit that subscribe button, and I catch you guys in the next guide this week.